Okay, so hello everyone. So in the previous video, we discussed about the bitwise operators, right? So in this video, we will be dealing with the basic conditional statements, that is the if, else and elif statements. And one more thing, so whatever we have learned till now, like the introduction, the data types and the operators, they were like theoretical types. They were like their application was only limited to theories, okay. However, the data types which we learned, like string, dictionary, tuple, etc., so those have practical application as well, but the major portion of whatever we have learned till now, they were used in theories, okay. So in this video, whatever we'll learn, and in the next videos, so all those will have more of a practical application, okay. So they won't have much theory, they will just have application in programs, okay. So they don't have much theoretical importance, but considering the programming point of view, they are important, okay. So let us first deal with if, else and elif statements, okay. So for that, let's take an example, okay. So suppose your mother told you to go to the market, okay. Your mother told you to go to the market, and then she told you to go and buy apple and mango, okay. So she told you that if and only if apples and mangoes both are available, okay, then just go and buy it, okay. So just for now see till here, okay, don't go to the bottom part, just see it till here, okay. So now your mother told you to go to the market and buy apples and mangoes, like she told you to buy it only and only if both are available. Like if only apple is available, then don't buy. If only mango is available, then don't buy. But if both are available, then simply you have to buy it, okay. So she told you just this thing. Now don't concentrate on this thing, okay. So what you can do is that if you need to write it in the form of program, like just for example, like you built, like you did not want to go to the market, you built a robot. So now you have to program it like whatever your mother told. You have to tell the robot that तुम्हें ये करना है, वो करना है, okay. So for that, what you can do is that you can write a Python program, okay. I am just giving you the example of robot, like तुम मतलब Python में ये काम कर सकते हो. Okay, so let us understand this with the help of a very simple example, okay. So as I told you that you did not want to go to the market, so what you can do is that you can simply program your robot to go to the market, okay. So in order to instruct the robot, you have to program it, right? You might be knowing because robot also has a processor, so you will have to program your robot. So what you can do is that simply you will, like your robot will go to the market, fruit1 and is equal to, I will take an input, okay, and it will ask, do you have apples, okay. So this simply, like this is our robot. The robot goes to the market and asks the shopkeeper, do you have apples? The shopkeeper, let's say, says yes, I have, okay. Then again for the fruit 2, it will again take the input, okay. So it will take, do you have mangoes, okay. So again the robot asks, do you have mangoes? Again, let's say the shopkeeper has mangoes, he will say yes, okay. So now what you can do is you can simply program your robot according to the conditions. So what condition I can put is that if fruit 1 is equal to, I told you that double is equal to is just to check, okay. Single is equal to is used for assigning, and double equal to is just for checking, okay. This is the relational operator, we have covered it, okay. And let's say it's yes, it's a yes, okay. And why and? Because we need to check two conditions, like we need to check whether it has, like my mother has instructed me to buy only and only if both are present, right? If only apples or only mangoes are present, then don't buy. So what I'll check is that if both are yes, like the shopkeeper has both apples as well as mangoes, right? If fruit 2 is equal to yes, okay, I'll put a colon, then I'll print buy apples and mangoes, okay. So I've instructed my robot to buy apples and mangoes. So let us check. If I'll press the enter key, so you can see the robot has given me this output. Like since both were present, so the robot will go and this condition is fulfilled, right? Because for fruit one, this was the fruit one with two input, wherein we asked the shopkeeper, do you have apples? He said yes, so we stored yes in fruit one. Okay, so this yes will be stored in fruit one. Okay, similarly this yes will be stored in fruit two. Okay, so I have got like now the robot has got the instruction to buy the apples and mangoes. Okay, so let's take another case. Let's say we do it again. Okay, so let us copy it, Control C, Control V. Okay, so this time I'll say the shopkeeper says that he doesn't have apples. Okay, so here I've given a no and the rest will be same. Okay, I'll just do it, Control V. Okay, so I'll give a yes here. So now I'll again give this condition, Control C and Control V. So Control V, I'll press the enter key. Now you can see I did not get any output. Why I did not get any output? Because I did not program my robot for any circumstances when the shopkeeper doesn't have any one of the fruit, right? I only told him to do what he has to do when he has both, but I did not tell him what to do if the shopkeeper doesn't have, let's say, the apples or the mangoes. Okay, so in this case, so we have covered this case, like only if the robot was programmed to just go to the market and buy apples and mangoes, if it is a yes. So we did not program the robot to what to do if it is a no. Okay, so now let us see what we can do if it is a no. So let's take another so for now just forget this box. Okay, just forget this box. So consider that after, okay, so I'll give an arrow so that it is convenient. So just imagine that after this box I have this one. Okay, imagine that. Okay, so just forget this box for now. So now what the instruction says, that my mother told me that if they have apple as well as mango, then buy it. If not, if like the shopkeeper doesn't have apple or mango, then simply you have to buy oranges. Okay, so now I'll program my robot accordingly. Okay, so let us see what we can do. So what I'll do is that first I'll simply ask for, again I'll ask for input. Okay, Control C, Control V. Okay, let's say the shopkeeper says that he doesn't have apples. Okay, now I'll ask for mangoes, Control C, Control V. So let's say he says that yes, I have mangoes. So now the condition says that if, so I'll copy it. So now what the condition says is that if the shopkeeper has apples as well as mangoes, then we have to buy it. But since we know that we don't have apples, the shopkeeper doesn't have apples, so this is a no, so this condition won't be fulfilled. Okay, so now let us give the robot another condition, like if this is not true, what to do now next. Okay, so for that what we will do is that we will go here. Okay, so I missed it. So I will explain you the indentation. So first I'll go to the same line, like the else should be in line with the if. Okay, so I'll write here else. So you might be thinking that they are not in line, so this is because of this arrow. Okay, so if you remove this, they are practically in line, right? Just this arrow just denotes that it is a new code. Okay, so just forget about this. So this and this if and else are in the same line. Okay, so I had told you previously that indentations are important. Okay, so if apples or mangoes are not present, I'll simply go and tell buy oranges. Okay, so now if I press the enter key again, so you can see now this time the robot was programmed to buy the oranges if apples or mangoes were not present. So I think now you have understood the use of if and else statements, right? So you can see if any one of the condition was false, the robot was programmed to do the else part. Okay, so I think now it is clear what is the difference between if and else. So if is the condition which he has to fulfill, and else is the other cases, like if this is not true, then what to do by default. Okay, so this is the use of else. So you can see what was the result when we did not give else, right? the robot did not give us any output. But if we use a else, the robot has the instructions what to do if the condition is not fulfilled. I think the if and else part is clear. So we have covered if, comma, else, right? So now let us see the third part, which is the elif. So now forget about this arrow and forget this box as well. So now this is also important. So now what my mother says is that go to the market, buy the apples and mangoes if both are available, okay? If not, if only bananas are available, okay? If only bananas are available, then buy bananas, okay? And even if bananas are not available, then you have to buy oranges, okay? So like we have got another condition, right? This was our if part, okay? And this was our else part, right? But now we have got another condition which we have to fulfill, okay? So for this we use elif, okay? Elif. So let us see what elif does. Let's take the same example, okay? Let's say I'll take this Control C, I'll copy paste it. Again it will ask me, do you have apples? I'll say, let's say I'll say no, I don't have apples, okay? Then it will ask me, do you have mangoes? So again I'll ask, do you have, okay, so I've asked it again, do you have, never mind, so let us do it. So it is asking me, do you have apples? I'll say no, I don't have apples, like the shopkeeper is saying, not I am saying. Shopkeeper says he doesn't have apples, so now it will ask for mangoes. So just copy it, Control C, Control V. It asks me, do you have mangoes? I'll say yes, I have mangoes, but since the condition is not fulfilled, like my mother told me to buy them only if both are present, right? So now let us see, let us have another variable, fruit 3, okay? And this time the robot will ask me, do you have bananas? Do you have bananas? Okay, so I've given this condition. Now the robot is asking me, do you have bananas? Let's say I tell him yes, I have bananas, okay? Now let's give the condition again, okay? So this condition, the first condition will be the same, so let us copy it, okay? Control C, Control V, okay? So I've copied the first condition, okay? So now press the enter key, go to the straight line, okay? So just go just below if, because if, elif and else are all part of the same code, okay? So they have to be together, okay? So now I will give another condition, elif, okay, elif fruit 3 is equal to yes, okay? I'll again give a colon. This time I'll print buy bananas, okay? And if this is also not true, then again I'll give the else thing which we learned just now. Then I have to buy simply oranges, okay? So buy oranges, okay, fine. So now let us run the program. So you can see this time, in the first case, the robot asks the shopkeeper, do you have apples? He said no. Do you have mangoes? He said yes. But my mother had told me to buy it only if they both are present, right? So the robot understood that no, I don't have to buy it because apples are not present. So my mother had also told me to check if bananas are present. If bananas are present, then buy it simply, okay? So the robot asked, do you have bananas? The shopkeeper told yes. So now the robot understood, yeah, if bananas were present, I had to buy it. So you can see the robot has bought the bananas, right? So I think you have understood what is the use of if, else and elif statement, okay? So if is used to give the condition, basic condition, and elif is used to give additional conditions, right? Elif is used to give additional conditions, and the last else is used only like if none of the conditions are true, then what you have to do, else specifies that, okay? So I think you are clear with the if, else and elif part with this basic example, okay? So just go through this example once, you will understand this, okay? So now coming to the syntax. So what do I mean by syntax is that, so first let us see condition. So condition, if a is equal to b, if true we have to do something, okay, and if false, we have to do something else, like we did, right? If it was a yes, we had to buy. If it was a no, we had to buy something else, right? So this is what this flowchart explains, right? So now coming to the the basic structure, how is it written? Okay, so I told you that indentation is important. So what do I mean by indentation is that, let's understand this somewhere in a fresh. Okay, so let us understand it here. Okay, so let us say, I'll change the color. So let us say this is your page. Okay, so this, assume that your line page is this is your page. Okay, so what do I mean by indentation is that, suppose you have written some text here, okay, A, B, C, okay, and you're writing something else from D, E, F, G, H, I. Again you're writing J, K, L, okay. So now simply you can understand the indentation in this manner. Like, you can see I have given a space here, but in this case I've given two spaces, right? And in this case also I've given two spaces, right? So in Python, okay, so let's say if and else are part of the same code, right? If and else are used together, not like they are the part of same thing, whatever you are learning now, okay? So in Python, if like whatever are together, they have to be in the same line, okay? So let's say if this was suppose a Python code, okay, so this would have been together, okay? So basic, like we can understand it in this manner, like whenever you use a colon, okay, then after that you have to give a proper indentation. By indentation I mean that you can simply press the tab key once, okay. So let's say this is a line and the program starts from here and then it is a colon here, okay. So now after the colon you can't start your line from here, right? It would give an error, okay. So let us see it live, okay. So let's say I am doing if, okay, something, if 2 is equal to 2, okay, I am giving a colon here, and if I press the enter key, by default it will give me a indentation, right? By default it has given me some space. But what if I do, like if I go straight beneath it and then I print something, like I'm printing something random, okay. So you can see I've got an error, okay. Why have I got this error is because after this colon, the Python expects me to write it in a proper indentation. Like I have to write it after giving some spacing, because now this print has just come beneath if, and this is not correct, okay. This is not the correct syntax, right? So I hope you're clear. Like if you give this colon, then you have to give a tab and you have to start writing from here, okay. So I hope you're clear with this. So basic keyword, if is the keyword, okay, this is the condition, and then we have to give a colon, okay, and then after the colon we write something, right? And let's say you have multiple statements in your if, okay. So let's say it is a if, your condition is there, then it is a colon, and let's say you have your statement 1 here, okay, statement 1, and what if there is multiple statement, like for the same if you have multiple statements, then simply the next statement would start from here, okay. If you start your next statement from some other space, like from here or maybe from here, you would again get a syntax error. So the next statement should start from here. I hope I am clear, okay. So it is as simple as that, right? So now coming to the next part, which is like we have seen the colon. What is the use of colon? I hope you are clear. Like if there was another statement here, I would have started it from here, okay. If I would have started it from here or here, I would get a syntax error, okay. So I will give you an example. Let's say if 2 is equal to 2, I'll give a colon, okay, colon. Let's say I have my statement. Let's say I give print. I'm giving something, okay. Let's say I have another statement. So I have to start. If I start my statement from here, I'll get an error, okay. I have to start my statement from here, okay. I will start it from here. I hope I'm clear, okay. So this, whatever you write within this, like whatever you keep on writing, this is part of this if, okay. And let's say now you have to switch to f, else. Simply go to the line beneath, just beneath your if, okay. And now here you will write your else part, okay. And again whatever you specify in the same line, they are part of this else, okay. I hope I am clear, okay. So I've got an error because these are just random rubbish keywords, okay. not keywords, rather something vague. Okay, so I hope I'm clear with that. So how can you put multiple statements? So this is the use of colon. So now let us understand nested if and else. So what is nested if and else? So let us understand this again here. So I'll give you the simple example of your first case, apple and mango one. Okay, so you can understand that better. So let's say the robot goes to the market and asks for fruit 1, okay, and is equal to, well, I'll just simply give it mango here, okay, and fruit 2 is equal to, I'll simply give apple, okay. Now I'll give condition, if fruit 1 is equal to mango, okay, then I'm giving a if, and in this I'm again giving a if statement. If fruit 2 is equal to apple, okay, again I'll give colon, and then I'll write print. So I told you have to give tab, so give a tab, print by apples and mangoes, okay. So I'm done with this. Now I have to, let's say I'll give an else. So now I have to give a else. So let us give a else first, then I'll tell you what we are doing exactly. Okay, print don't buy anything. Okay, so what I've done is that simply I've got the statement buy apples and mangoes. Okay, so this is known as a nested if. So if you write a if inside a if, it is known as nested if. So what I have done here, we were using an and statement, like we were checking both the conditions simultaneously, right? But in this case what I have done is that first I am checking if fruit 1 is equal to mango. Yeah, it is mango. Then it goes inside this if, and then it checks if fruit 2 is equal to apple. Yeah, it is also true, and then it executes this statement. Okay, and this else is not for this if. Okay, don't get confused, this else is for this if. Okay, so if you were to give an else for this if, you could have done like this. Okay, so let us copy it, paste it here. Okay, let's say I have to give an else as well, so I'll give else here. So you can see I'm giving a same indentation, right? They both are in the same line because this else is for this if, okay, but this else was for this if, so I was giving this beneath this if. Okay, so if I will give colon, enter key. Okay, so again here if I write something, it is wrong because this else is indented. Okay, like we have to give a separate, like we are using a colon, so we have to give some indentation. Okay, so that the Python understands that whatever we write now, this is just exclusive for this colon. Okay, so if I would have written it here, then if I would have written it here, let's say I'll give a colon here. If I would have written it here, then this meant that this would be a part of this if also, right? Like else is a part of this if. So if I would have written something else here, then it would be a part of this if. If I would have to write elif, then I would have written it here. But since I have to write something else now, I'll give something for this else part, then I have to give some indentation. Okay, so this indentation part is very important, so just keep in mind. Okay, so I'll now I have to give an else, so I'll give else here. Okay, so now I hope it is clear now. So this else is for this if, okay, and this else is for this if, right? And so now though if we are getting confused, rather like all these three are in the same line, तो ऐसा क्यों है? So अभी confuse मत हो, मैंने तुम्हें बताया कि तुम बस हमें इंडेंटेशन तभी देना होता है जब हम कोलन यूज़ करते हैं. ओके, सो हमने ये कोलन यूज़ किया था. ओके, सो कोलन के अंदर हमने इंडेंटेशन दिया, राइट? यहाँ हमने कोलन यूज़ किया, अगेन हमने इंडेंटेशन दिया, यहाँ हमने कोलन यूज़ किया, अगेन हमने इंडेंटेशन दिया. ओके, अब ये एल्स आ गया तो ये कोलन का काम ख़त्म. लाइक इस कोलन का कोड बस इतना ही दूर है, राइट? समझ आ रहा होगा, ये वाले कोलन का कोड बस इतना ही दूर है, ओके। तो यहाँ से नया मैंने कोलन दिया तो यहाँ से नया स्टार्ट हो गया, ओके। तो अब यहाँ पे लाइन मैटर नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि इस कोलन के लिए जो कोड था वो बस यहीं तक था। इस कोलन के कोड को इससे कुछ मतलब नहीं है, ओके। सो सिमिलरली इस कोलन के लिए कोड अब यहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ है, ओके। सो तुम्हें यहाँ से दे सकते हो, और इफ़ यू विश यू कैन, तुम लेट से ऐसे स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, ओके। मतलब कुछ भी स्पेस दे सकते हो, बस ये सेम लाइन में नहीं होना चाहिए। अभी भी ये देखो करेक्ट है, ओके। सो इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी, बट ये इंश्योर करना कि कोलन के बाद कुछ इंडेंटेशन होना चाहिए, और जो भी तुम लिखो वो सब सेम लाइन में होना चाहिए, ओके। और उसके बाद बाकी सब कुछ सही है, ओके। सो आई होप आई एम क्लियर विद दिस if, else and elif part, right? So this was all for the conditional statement if, else and elif. So just go through it. I hope you will understand this, okay. So let's now deal with for loops.